What's up, Pan Dudes? Peter Von Panda here. This is going to be a true unboxing. I just got this delivered. This is an Issey Miyake W Watch. One of the reasons that I wanted to get this specifically is there's almost no videos out there of this watch because for some reason, not very many people have it here in the States or something. But whatever the reason, I actually got one. I'm excited to see what this looks like in person. As you know, this will actually maybe be a little bit longer video because there's so little information out there, and you know this is a little bit of a little more expensive of a watch, so I'm sure you want to see what it's like before you go out and spend your hard-earned money on it. So a nice cardboard sleeve on the outside of this box. This is actually the box it comes in. It's very small. It's much smaller than I would have thought, you know, particularly for a watch that's kind of a supposedly kind of a higher-end trendy watch. It is a quartz watch. It comes in this plastic cube. Sorry about that, guys. Issey Miyake is a Japanese company, as you know. It's a Japanese designer brand. Their watches are actually made and owned by Seiko, I believe, and so they are, in this particular case, it's a quartz watch. This was actually, let me tell you, I won't go into the whole story about it, but this was actually a super hard watch to get, and I don't know if this is in the available in the Issey Miyake stores that are around. Like I believe there's one in New York, but like I said, I have never seen one in person of the W style, and there aren't very many for sale. So there's this little velvet pouch, Issey Miyake guarantee card in the top, and then the box has the watch right here. So the W watch, as you may or may not know, is designed by famed automotive designer Satoshi Wada, who designed the very beautiful Audi A5. So he came from the automotive world, and Issey Miyake hired him to design this watch, which is actually inspired by automotive elements. And it just kind of pulls out here. It's in there pretty tight. One of the things I'm a little disappointed with right off the bat is that it doesn't really have kind of the more gorgeous permanent type of watch box that, you know, even the Invictas come with. But you know, it's a cool box. But it's clearly plastic. There's no leather or wood or anything with it. This watch, I believe, retails for somewhere in the between the $500 and $600 range. The watch comes in this style, which is a silver face with silver subdials, black leather band, and the case is just stainless steel. It also comes in an all-black version that's all metal, an all stainless steel version with a black face, I believe, one that has kind of an orange tan leather band and all black face and case, and then one like this with a black leather band, stainless steel case, but a white face with black subdials. So this was the one that I really wanted to see. It says it has a silver face, and in the pictures, in some pictures it looks kind of off-white, and some it looks silver, and some it looks straight up bright white. And so one of the things I wanted to see, and I'm not sure how this plastic comes off here, is what that color really is on the face, because if you certainly Google the pictures, it definitely varies. And I'm going to grab some scissors because this doesn't appear to have any visible seams, and it definitely is a little sticky, so it's not sliding off very easily too. So it's definitely like kind of an adhesive. One of the first things I'll tell you about this is actually this watch is actually a little bit smaller than most watches I would order for myself. And one of the reasons is it's only a 43 millimeter case, and so that's actually a pretty small watch by kind of my standards. I can tell you right now by looking at the watch face, the dial is, I would actually say it's more white than silver. It's certainly not. Oh, well, one of the problems is I still have the plastic on the crystal, and I believe this is just a standard mineral crystal, so not a lot of high-end components. Yeah, and the plastic is on here, but again, the plastic itself is adhesive. I can definitely tell you this is not the easiest watch to unbox, so I can't even get it off. It's kind of coming up as I'm peeling it. So it's more of just a little bit of an off-white. In terms of silver, I don't see really any kind of metallic finish or anything to it. And I know that the light here is kind of bright. I'm getting some glare. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit for you. So that's something to keep in mind. But the leather is nice, and again, like I said, the case is pretty small. A couple things here that I know, at least I've read that Satoshi Wada based this on, is that the case is kind of designed to resemble the rim of a car wheel without the tire on. So you can see this kind of fluted edge here. And if you have ever taken a tire off a wheel, you know it's got that that lip where the tire bead seals against the rim. And so I believe this is kind of represents the barrel of a wheel. The interesting thing is, if you go to the Issey Miyake site, they actually say that this looks much like kind of the seam or the knuckle in a bamboo rod. And it kind of does, but as far as I know, that had nothing to do with the way he designed it. Basically, a flat back. I actually like that the barrel is fairly bold looking here. I know in actually one of the Amazon reviews, someone wrote that they returned it because it was kind of too big. Definitely the case size is not very big, as I was saying, but because it's kind of it shows its full height here, which I think is like 13 millimeters, it can look a little big. The face has this vertical second hand. It's basically an orange color, and then the hour and the minute hand are just flat black. They are not luminescent in any way. There's almost nothing that could be luminescent. The inner ring, the metal ring here, and then the hour markers both look to be kind of that rough stainless steel look. So that's actually silver, and one of the reasons why I was wondering if the face was also that same metallic finish, and it's clearly not. So again, it's a very flat finish to the face. It actually kind of looks like a paper, but I'm sure it isn't. It's also got the date. It's got a couple of subdials, a second hand down here, obviously, and I believe that Wada had designed this to look like to kind of represent a wheel as well, but also kind of a speedo or a tachometer on the car's dashboard. So that's kind of neat. There is no visible stitching anywhere on the leather band, top or bottom, which is kind of nice. It makes kind of highlights the kind of the very basic geometric shapes of the watch. The watch mounts, the lugs kind of float on. Focus on that for you. There is a mount directly onto the case of the watch, and then the lugs pivot on that mount, and then the band connects in there. So kind of everything moves, and it's pretty nice. One of the things I thought is that it actually looks a little weak right where the lugs mount to the case, and then also when you put it on your wrist, one of the things that you run into is that you can kind of see your own flesh in the gaps there. Not a big deal, but that's maybe just a little bit more. Oh, I know you love the watch too. Just hang on. That's a kind of a little bit more of a dainty look or daintier look than I would kind of prefer, but it's not bad. It looks cooler in person. And again, my dog never barks until I'm shooting a video. They've got. Okay, guys, sorry, my battery died. As I was showing you, actually, it is a quartz movement, and it's a Seiko movement, obviously, given the relationship with Seiko. But I was just hitting the top button here, and I know that, in particular, what I was reading is that they wanted to kind of replicate the very smooth movement with the stopwatch, or kind of the larger second hand. Kind of, I don't know how many beats per second it has, but it is pretty smooth. I'm not really that surprised about it because, honestly, like the Bulova Precisionist, which is a quartz watch too, has, I think, the smoothest action of any watch because I think it has some crazy number of like 12 or 16 beats per second. So this is pretty smooth. At a glance, you might think this is an automatic, which is nice. I know that they were intentional about that, but again, not that surprising. But it's certainly a lot more smooth than some of the more standard quartz watches. I did get that plastic off the front of the crystal here, so you can see the front a little better. This is a really nice looking watch. I was a little worried about the black subdials kind of being a little in your face, so that's why I got the silver one. And you know, I think it looks nice. It's got a lot of very small detail. The subdial hands are kind of very modern looking. They're black painted with those center fulcrums, and the hands are very, you know, the hour and minute hands are very thin, kind of very delicate looking, and so this really looks like kind of a very elegant watch. Again, I wish maybe it were just a smidge bigger in size, because it's definitely now the smallest watch I own, but it's certainly a nice watch. This will certainly go well with any of your business formal attire, something you could wear to work every day if you're a professional, and have something that's pretty unique. Like I said, they're pretty hard to find. $500 online has been a pretty good price. I've seen them a little cheaper from various places, but this, like I said, just given how difficult this watch is to get here, at least in the States, you know, I think it's pretty unique, and you'll stand out. If you have any more information or want to share or have any questions, just let me know. Peter Von Panda, out.